sound. Don't come out until I come for you.
Weapons free. Kill target on sight.
The film opens on a windswept North Atlantic island where Mason lives alone in a lighthouse. A top agent has hidden away on a lonely island for 20 years, living totally alone. Every week a supply boat comes, but it never dares get within 100 meters of shore. The skipper always looks at the island with a kind of quiet shame. He only lets his niece, Jessie, bring the supplies. One day Jessie's boat disappears for good. Mason, with his black dog, finally shows up and silently drags the supplies from the beach. 20 years of isolation. Nobody knows who he really is. No one knows why he went into hiding. Young Jessie can't help herself. She keeps breaking the rules. She feels sorry for Mason living alone, so she always sneaks little gifts for him. Mason never even glances at them. They just get left in the corner of the boathouse. One day Jessie can't take it anymore. She ignores her uncle, jumps in the skiff and slams up onto the shore, pounding on Mason's door to ask why he's so rude. When he opens the door, Mason's face shows nothing. His eyes are as cold as the sea. He kicks Jessie and shuts the door in her face while she's still standing there. Jessie storms off, furious and hurt, thinking he's just weird and cold. She has no idea the door hides a bloody past and how hard he fights to keep everyone away. It's not that he won't accept kindness. He's too scared to. His identity is way too dangerous. Anyone connected to him could be dragged into disaster. No one expects the catastrophe that's quietly heading toward Jessie and her uncle. On the way home, the sea turns on them. A towering wave like a wasp crashes into their boat. The calm water becomes a nightmare. Jessie's skiff flips. She's thrown into freezing water. A fishing net snags her, so tight the more she fights, the worse it gets. Water floods into her mouth and nose. Her uncle tries desperately to save her, but another wave smashes the boat, and it capsizes. In the lighthouse, Mason sees the sea going wild and spots two overturned boats. He doesn't hesitate. He launches his skiff and speeds toward the wreckage. At that moment, he forgets his vow to stay hidden. There's only one thought in his head: save them. When he reaches them, Jessie has already stopped breathing, and her uncle is gone. Mason hauls Jessie onto his boat and kneels there, pressing on her chest again and again without stopping. Finally, she coughs up water and comes back from the edge. He brings Jessie back to the cottage, gently treats her swollen ankle, and soothes her with ice packs. His movements are careful, not what you'd expect from a tough guy, but underneath he's terrified. Her uncle is dead and Jessie is badly hurt, yet Mason never calls the police. That scares her more. He knows everything about her life. Her parents are dead, she never met her father, her uncle was her only family. Why would a man who's hidden for 20 years know so much about her? The more Jessie thinks, the more she's scared. Mason feels more dangerous than the storm. While Mason's out, she rifles through the cottage and finds a knife, tucks it under her pillow, and tells herself she'll fight if he ever tries to hurt her. But Mason already noticed her little theft. He just didn't confront her. Not calling the police isn't about trapping her. If the authorities get involved, his true identity will be exposed and both of them will be wiped out. He knows her backstory because her uncle used to be his wartime brother-in-arms. That night, Jessie wakes from a nightmare and sees Mason standing by the bed, drawing the knife from under her pillow and holding it between them. She shakes like a leaf, but instead of menace, he quietly shows her how to hold the blade safely, how not to cut herself. He tells her fear can't run the show. Stay calm, and you protect yourself. Then he hands the knife back and leaves the room. From that moment, Jessie's guard starts to come down. She slowly sees the softer person inside his hard shell. He silently makes soup for her, plays chess alone, sketches his old black dog. Those lonely years weren't emotionless. He just didn't dare share it with anyone. Days go by and Jessie's ankle gets badly infected, red, swollen, and painful. If left untreated, she could get blood poisoning or even be permanently disabled. Mason stares at her wound, agonizing. He knows that if he leaves the island and mixes with people, his cover will be blown. 20 years of hiding would be ruined. But seeing her pale in pain, he can't not act. He has to get her medicine. Early the next morning, Mason rows into the port town and hits the pharmacy, always keeping his back to the cameras and stepping only into blind spots. Avoiding surveillance is second nature to him now. After buying meds, he stops by a clothing shop. Jessie had been soaked and cold when she fell in, so he picks out clothes and shoes that should fit her. But the moment she walks out and an accidental live stream catches her face for a split second, the intelligence system pings. Alarms blare in the command center. This surveillance network was built by former Intel boss Manafort to grab citizens' data and predict threats, illegally. When that abuse was exposed, Parliament fired Manafort and ordered the system torn down. In the last seconds before shutdown, it matches Mason's retinal data and flags him as a high-value fugitive. Roberta, the new director, sees the alert and immediately sends an elite squad with orders to eliminate on sight. On the island, Mason has no idea. He changes Jessie's bandage, gives her the new clothes, and for the first time in 20 years, something warm stirs in him. That night he makes her thick soup. The cottage glows cozy for once. But peace dies fast. The dog growls. Mason peers out and spots a speedboat roaring toward the island. His old agent instincts kick in. He tells Jessie to take the knife and hide in the bathroom, lock the door and don't come out. Whatever she hears, stay put. Then he wraps himself in a coat, grabs his blade, and steps outside. He knows how ops like this run, full kit, night vision and rifles with a kill order. They think they're just making a capture. They have no idea they're up against a top-tier killing machine. Every inch of this island is rigged with deadly traps. The first trooper hits a tripwire, and Mason dislodges a boulder that sends him tumbling into the sea, net and all. One down. The rest panic, but Mason doesn't give them time. He flips all the spotlights on, blinding their night vision. Then he becomes the hunter, slicing throats, locking joints, knocking elbows, pushing some over cliffs, trapping others in boathouses. Some don't even see him before they're taken down. Back in the cottage, a trooper bursts in. The dog jumps and is shot. The trooper drags Jessie out and uses her as a human shield. Mason's eyes go red. He grabs an assault rifle, fires and kills the kidnapper, not injuring Jessie. He rushes to her, shields her, and tells her to wait on the beach while he finishes the rest. Seeing his dog bleeding, his expression goes ice cold. That dog was his only family through all those years. He knows this isn't over. It's just an appetizer. The real hunt has begun. He calls an old friend quickly on a burner to set up an escape route, then throws the disposable phone into the sea. With Jessie, he leaves the island without looking back. In the command center, Roberta is stunned. An elite squad wiped out in under an hour, no reinforcements possible. She finally realizes this target isn't a terrorist. Nobody fights like that unless they're a legend. She orders a full dig into Mason's identity and activates their ace assassin, Walker. A prodigy set on proving he's better than Mason, willing to kill to settle the score. Mason and Jessie barely have time to breathe. Jessie notices Mason's arm bleeding, but he acts like it's nothing. His only thought is getting her away from danger fast. They pass a remote farm, and Mason spots a jeep. He hands Jessie a rifle, shows her the basics, and sneaks in to find the keys. But the farmer catches him, guns him at point blank. Just as things look hopeless, Jessie bursts in with the rifle shaking but steady, forces the farmer to drop his weapon, and lets Mason tend his wound. This girl who once feared even holding a knife is now ready to fight for someone else. But the plot's already in play. The intercepted emergency call tipped off Manafort, who sneaks into the system, finds Mason's location and calls Walker with orders: kill Mason and the girl. As sirens wail, Walker's sniper takes out the farmer and disables police tires, turning the scene into chaos. Mason wastes no time. He drags Jessie out of the kill zone, subdues several cops without killing them, steals a cruiser and floors it out of the trap. Walker goes full berserk, chasing them through tight forest roads. Bullets ping the car, but Mason pulls a last-second brake, rams Walker's car, and sends it flipping down the embankment. He keeps going, knowing killers like Walker don't die easy. Back at command, Roberta finally cracks the file. Mason wasn't a terrorist. He was the Intel Service's top asset, part of the Black Kite program, a golden standard of operatives. He had legendary missions, but 10 years ago was marked dead and framed as a terrorist. Manafort ordered him to murder a scientist who was supposed to defect and hand over nuclear plans. Mason refused. He wouldn't become a politician's hitman. That refusal is why he's been hiding for 20 years. Mason finds his old contact, Arthur, who helped fake his identity. Arthur digs up the whole story and tells Mason the truth. Mason isn't surprised. He'd suspected Manafort. He doesn't care about his own survival anymore. He just wants to get Jessie safely out of the country and give her a normal life. Arthur, though, reveals he's dying of cancer and can't help. With no one left, Mason turns to London crime boss Aziz. Arthur warns him it's suicide, but Mason has no choice. At Aziz's club, Mason strips off his disguise, deliberately stepping into the cameras to bait Manafort, draw the fire onto himself, and buy Jessie a chance. He offers Aziz a deal: smuggle Jessie out, give her new identities and safety, and Mason will take out Manafort and the surveillance network that's been blackmailing people. Aziz hesitates, then accepts. Jessie begs Mason to run with him, but he refuses. His life is blood-soaked and can't be normal. She's young and deserves a future without fear. For the first time, he wants to fight for someone else's life. Right when the deal's set, Manafort's killers burst into the club. The music is deafening, the dance floor still full. Death is hiding in the crowd. Mason uses the crowd as cover, picking off attackers silently in the lights and smoke. But there are too many. In the chaos, Jessie is grabbed and dragged out. Mason loses it, calls Arthur to track Jessie's location, and bolts after the signal. They stuff Jessie into a car. Roberta's tactical team moves in and orders a capture, but Mason doesn't hold back. He tears through their cordon like a ghost, forcing open the car and rescuing Jessie. They hop a stolen bike and speed to the rendezvous where Aziz's boat waits. Just as Jessie is about to board, Walker catches up and opens fire. Sparks fly off the dock metal. Mason shoves Jessie onto the boat and tells the captain to go. He needs to finish Walker. Jessie cries, pleading for him to come, but Mason shakes his head and turns to face Walker. They exchange gunfire until both run out of bullets, then fall into brutal hand-to-hand combat. Both train the same way under Black Kite. They know each other's moves inside out. It's pure, ruthless fighting with no mercy. In the end, Mason grabs a length of chain and an iron hammer, wraps them together and swings with everything he has, finally ending Walker's life and that old rivalry. Not stopping, Mason heads to finish Manafort. Manafort thinks he'll retire in peace, but Mason's already in his courtyard. The guards are down. Manafort pleads, tries to justify how Mason disobeying orders cursed him to this fate, even offers him back the old life. Mason, who refused the order 10 years ago, pulls the trigger and ends Manafort. End of the conspiracy and the hunts. After that, Mason vanishes for good. No one sees him again. Roberta knows that as long as Mason watches over Jessie, he'll show up someday. One day, the cafe Jessie often visits has a security camera hiccup. Roberta notices. She knows Mason's near. A barista hands Jessie a small box. Inside is a chess piece. Tears fill her eyes. She realizes Mason's still watching, just like he did on the island, quietly keeping her safe from a distance. She looks up at the street. People pass by, but the man she knows isn't there in plain sight. True strength isn't measured by how many lives you take, but by how you keep your heart soft. Mason kept his own rules and protected her life in his own way. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this recap, don't forget to subscribe for more and drop a comment below to tell me which movie you'd like to see recapped next.